What sort of places were these human ranches?
It's where they used to make X-spheres, devices that raised a person's abilities to their fullest potential.
So they were like factories?
From what I heard, they were more like labs for human experiments. The X-spheres were apparently stones, activated by human suffering. So they implanted X-spheres in people, then tortured them in all sorts of ways.
The hearts of men are more terrifying than any monster.
Huh?
Oh, just the ramblings of a spiteful centurion. Emil, is something wrong? You're looking rather sad.
No, I'm fine. It's just, is Marta really okay with the way things are?
I see. You miss hearing, "I love you, Emil," all the time.
That's not it at all. I just didn't know girls could change their minds so quickly.
In other words, you want her to be more cuddly.
No! Just forget it. You really are a spiteful old nag, you know that?
Spiteful old nag? There doesn't seem to be any sign of young Paul.
This place is way too dangerous for a child. We've got to find him fast.
Yeah, I hope he's all right. Well, let's hurry up and start looking.
You know what? That makes 10 successful packs in a row. Doesn't that make you proud?
I didn't really try to form pacts. I mean, I've just been hoping to befriend the monsters. And so far it's worked out.
Befriend them. Yeah, I guess you're right. After all, they do help out and fight beside us. Let's keep on making more friends.
Right.
What a remarkable success!
Eesh, you startled me. What was that about?
Our success rate in forging pacts. It is undeniably on the rise lately.
Really?
This is due, no doubt, to the flawless advice I granted you on the subject.
No, not really.
It's thanks to me.
No way.
Thank you for saving Paul.
Oh, I mean, we just did what anyone else would have done.
Oh? Most people wouldn't risk coming to a place like this for a child they scarcely know.
Well,
What's with you? I thought you didn't care about Lloyd's apprentice. And do you have to get all googly-eyed every time you meet a pretty lady?
did you say something?
Forget it. Hey, Emil, I think we're pretty strong now.
Yeah, I think I figured out a fighting style that suits me, but I've still got a lot to learn.
I guess once you think you're the best, that's when you stop improving. But you're only going to get stronger. I'm sure of it.
You too.
Yeah, so let's get to it.
So Rain was Lloyd's teacher.
Looks that way.
That murderer's teacher.
Calm yourself, Emil.
I know.
What were you like in school? Were you a good student?
Well, I didn't go to school when I was in Lewin.
What about in Palmacosta?
I don't really remember. What about you, Tenebrae? Do Centurions go to school?
What do you think?
You really know how to change the subject, don't you? So you weren't a very good student. Sorry to bring up such a sore subject.
What is it, Emil? You look puzzled.
I was just thinking about something I found strange about Rain.
Strange.
Yeah, I thought she'd be really scary when she was scolding Paul. She wasn't at all. When my aunt and uncle scolded me, it was terrifying. I hated them for it.
Perhaps you sense the love behind Rain's words.
Oh, yeah. I guess my aunt and uncle didn't really love me.
Tenebrae, stop that! You're only going to make him more depressed talking about things that you don't know about, like love.
How rude. I will have you know that I understand love perfectly well. Love is a brand of egoism that ignores the feelings of its mark while insisting on its own selfish demands.
Yes, what is it?
Oh, it's nothing.
If you have nothing to say, don't call out to others.
Sorry.
I thought you weren't afraid of Rain.
She used her teacher voice on me. I couldn't help it.
So, Rain, you're a half-elf, right?
Do the two of you fear half-elves as well?
I was always taught that half-elves were evil, but you don't seem any different from us.
I leave it to you to form your own opinions of me.
To be honest, half-elves do sort of frighten me. But I don't want to think you're a bad person just because of your race. Some humans are bad people too.
I see.
What complicated creatures these humanoids are.
I thought the two of you must be getting hungry, so I decided to put together a meal. Here you are.
Wow.
What exactly is this?
Oh, right. I almost forgot to explain. These are rice-stuffed lemons. You know how sushi rice can taste so good you sometimes forget how much you've eaten? Well, I thought I'd try to create that same addictive quality in a more ordinary everyday rice dish. I started by emptying out some lemons, then filled them with rice and cooked them just like that. Last but not least, I added garam masala to punch up the flavor. It's revolutionary.
I am thankful that we Centurions are spared the joys of eating.
You really are a fascinating creature, Tenebrae. May I touch you?
If you wish.
Ooh, you don't feel quite like a cat or a dog, or even Noish. I've never felt anything so soft. So this is what it's like to touch darkness.
You are too kind, really.
Whoa! Your skin stretches this much? This texture can only mean you're a shapeshifter.
You must be quite experienced to make such deductions from a single touch.
Your way of speaking is quite interesting as well.
Your interest is flattering.
So, when Colette was talking about maniacs, did she mean you, Rain?
It's true that Colette and the others have often accused me of being an archaeology maniac. But what about the term maniac made you think of me?
Oh, it's just that Colette mentioned a friend of hers who seemed to act like a totally different person near ruins.
Like a different person?
Yes, she described her friend's transformation as berserk, crazy, insane, frightening, dangerous, monstrous, inhuman, reckless, disturbing, and completely out of control. If I am not mistaken.
And you're saying that's what I'm like, Emil?
What? She didn't. Tenebrae, stop doing things like that. Genis, you and Rain are siblings, right? So that would make you a half-elf too.
Yeah, though I'd think that was pretty obvious. Half-elf. What, the two of you don't like half-elves?
I don't mind the two I've met so far.
Well then, that's good enough for me. We usually get dirty looks when people find out what we are.
Was it that way with Lloyd?
Lloyd's the kind of guy who couldn't care less if you were a half-elf or anything else for that matter.
He is?
So this is what you've been up to. No wonder you've been away from Isalia an awfully long time.
With everything people are saying about Lloyd these days, I figured I should get the story straight from him.
I see. Well, I'm glad we ran into each other.
Yeah. By the way, notice anything different about me?
What could it be?
Come on! Can't you see I'm taller? Take a good look. My voice is even a little deeper.
You don't say. How much taller are you?
A 1/16 of an inch.
Hey, Genis, why do you use a kendama as your weapon?
Lloyd made it and gave it to me for my birthday. It helps me concentrate when I use magic.
So you just started using it as a weapon after that?
Sort of. See, once when I was playing with it, the string broke and the ball hit Lloyd smack in the head.
Really?
Colette took one look at Lloyd passed out on the ground and said I'd found the perfect weapon.
I thought these people were supposed to be friends. Aren't you cold?
Yeah, it's freezing. It's not even dark yet and it's already this cold. How stupid is that?
If we don't do something, and fast, I'm gonna freeze up solid.
Really, Genis? I thought the cold didn't bother you all that much.
That was just when I was a kid.
You still look pretty much like a kid to me.
Who asked you? I'm gonna have my growth spurt any day now.
Snow in the desert. I do hope the desert's ecosystem will be all right. The majority of creatures that make their home here should be able to weather the cold, but still.
I hadn't expected mana would be this far out of balance. Lord Ratatosk would be horribly dismayed at this state of affairs, I'm sure.
But it's so romantic! Arm in arm with your significant other. It's the perfect place for a stroll.
Significant other? Yeah, maybe me and Persea could.
I think we just got a glimpse of Genis's true colors.